Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. I want you to think about this for a second. Imagine having all this material in front of you, learning new things about why you do what you do and why you haven't maybe attained the success that you think you should have at this point. And imagine if it was very cost effective. I mean, basically for, literally monthly, a couple of cups of coffee. Now you've changed your life, you've moved your life forward, but you've also made money off of the program by sharing it with others. We're going to talk about that today. It's kind of fascinating how this all works. And he's somebody that has harnessed the power of this, changed his life. He's known as the unemployed genius. I love that name. Who doesn't want to be that? And he's back with us. Franklin McQuaid is on the program. Hey, Franklin, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing extremely awesome and seem to be getting better by the day. Life is good.
Yeah, you turned us on to this a few weeks ago, and it's Great Life International. Do I have that right?
Great life worldwide.
Gotcha. And this is a program, a portal, however you want to describe it, something that's got hours and days of content and material that you can cherry pick and choose to fortify your life, make changes in your life. And it comes in all different forms, right? Online, could be video, right?
Yes, video, audio, ebook. We have unique array library of hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of information of self-personal development books in multiple areas of your life. It will definitely change the destiny of anybody's future, spiritually, mentally, physically, and yes, even financially. We are a community of like-minded people, I say, that won't be denied the type of life and future we now can have together, living our life without limits, if you will.
Well, this goes deeper than just some online studying. This is also a community that's changing lives, right?
Yes, you see, everybody has a community of some sort, whether if it's your city, town, what have you, or maybe you belong to something. But I'm building an online community called the Unemployed Genius Crusade, leveraging great life because of their resources, because it's all about personal growth, okay, personal development, personal self-management, if you will. So now we have a unique library, a course, a membership that will help guide us in multiple areas of our life to be able to focus on the vision and direction we want to take ourselves, no matter what it might be. By sharing that program, you're creating an income that will multiply itself because there's 10 different ways. The compensation plan is phenomenal. And we'll get on that on another time. But it's no, it's not about so much the money, but what the money can do if you learn how to use it and manage it. Because right now, the way jobs are, if things were to happen like they did back in 2020 when you couldn't work, okay, there's no income. At least now you have an income that you know it's going to be an assurance, okay, coming into your home reservoir on a regular basis. But the key is we're earning the income by developing ourselves into that person we desire to become, becoming an improved version of who we are in multiple areas of our life, if you will.
Interesting. I look at this and I'm part of a men's group. I joined it maybe 7 months ago. Out of my wheelhouse, never thought I would do it. It's been impactful. There's support, there's accountability, there's learning. We meet once a week for 2 weeks. There's a retreat weekend that you somewhat are required to do so that you can continue being part of the group. It's all about empowerment. But I look at that and the things that I suggest to the men in the group are to move their lives forward. Maybe it's move mine, and I'm just sharing it. And this is the same kind of thing. We're a community, so
Yes,
it's just sharing little nuggets of information that has changed your life, like this seems to have changed your life.
it's changing my life in multiple ways because it's given me multiple visions. And that's what's unique about what I'm inviting people to be a part of. I'm not asking them to join Great Life, I'm asking them to be a part of something.
Sure.
There's a huge difference because now we have a service that can truly help us and anyone to reposition their mind, their life, their future. Okay, because it is about us being a better version of who we are. So that way, if we can create ourselves into that person we desire to be, living the life we want to have, we can then offer humanity the person we are meant to be, bringing more value to humanity and ourselves. There's a lot there that can be said, but everybody is yearning to be able to have the time freedom. And the only way we can do this is by learning how to leverage time, people, and money. And we're doing that here through the Unemployed Genius and Great Life. We're leveraging the resources that are already available to us, helping them, which is also helping us, but it's in knowledge, it's in assurance, it's in cash flow, it's in multiple areas. So we do this to have a better quality of life, so we can live and have a better quality of life for as we get older. It's just an insurance policy.
Sure. Sure. And, many people might say, well, wait a minute, this is a community. Why do I have to pay for it? Well, we're all working together, but there are expenses, even just to keep the content on a server and have more and more people access it. Somebody's got to pay for that.
This is true. But here's the thing: is it's for a very low cost starting off. Again, okay, $49 one time includes your first month $20 monthly membership. But that also gives you multiple discounts on every other service and products they have, whether it be
Okay.
courses, whether it be in their nutritional, organic plan. That's a whole different thing. Everything a person uses or purchases to better themselves, everybody's going to be getting paid off of. So pretty much for each person you want to introduce and bring into your community to be a part of this vision,
Hmm.
you're going to be getting paid off of everything they do, everything other people do, but it's matching bonuses and so on and so forth. It gets crazy because they built this with you in mind. Knowing it's like you're building a business and you're the CEO. And what you're doing is every time you bring people in and help them, you show them, okay, you're promoting yourself and getting more pay
Sure.
and off of them. So the bigger you build, the bigger your promotion. I mean, who wouldn't want to get paid and be promoted for helping people to be the best version of themselves in most areas? Again, we have the webinars, we have the calls. It's just not get on and you're with real people. You're talking the way we're talking here.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have multiple rooms. We break things up. We get into different conversations. It's a phenomenal thing. Just people.
Yeah. I mean, we're having this conversation here, but you could be a part of the program and take it to a networking event, networking group. Many of them
Yes.
meet every week. Now you've got something to offer. You become known as that person, almost as the self-improvement person. I've got the tools to help you out with that. Um, and again, nominal cost. The sign-up fee, $49, all good. The This cup of coffee cost over $5. So I mean that's just for one day. 4 days of coffee out of a month. You've more than paid for your your admission to the portal of everything right here.
Yeah, what's really good about this is about their services and tools and videos. It's not just for a personal growth. Okay. You may already be doing a business, you may be doing something already that you're passionate about. Maybe you're struggling. These books will enhance the value in anything you do in life when you apply these. So if you already have a business, this will help you to actually grow that business in ways because it's helping you see it in a different light. There's just so much value in why a person should join something for so inexpensive. And you can't give something away that you don't have. I mean, if you know somebody that's hurting, you say, this program would be great for this person I just ran into. But if you're not a member, how can you share it with them? And why would you want to send them to me when you yourself is just as easy? Say, here's something that's benefited me. Books aren't long, but they're powerful. And that's the key, and the services, the community. Again, I have to go back to the community, the leadership, the getting together every week, the Facebook groups. You have access to people. I have my phone with me, so if people want to get a hold of me, but it's about people developing the best version of themselves. what do I want in life, what I want to learn, where I want to go. And if you're complaining about not having the time, money, or resources, now you have a resource, a program, a community structure to help get you out of that run, because people need to realize life is a journey. It's not a destination. Success is a journey. It's not a destination. Okay. What are you doing today that will better you tomorrow? Okay. Learning how to manage your time. Right now, you're where you're at because of the choices you made, but you still have enough time to go through these ebooks, share it with somebody, start making cash flow, start seeing it multiply, start seeing you making some different changes in your life because of what you're learning. Next thing you know, 12 weeks down the road, half a year down the road, a year from now, you could be living a completely different life because the fact is you made an initiative, take responsibility of who you are and where you want to go in life and how you want to live it.
Hmm. For sure.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just so passionate about it. I mean, I see so much value in it. And to me, it's a no-brainer, but there's a lot of people, because it's impossible to not know what you don't know, they don't realize it's not impossible to learn. But most people don't want to learn new things because they're afraid of failure. But everything you've done, when I was little and as a toddler, and I started to walk and I fell down a few times, but after a while, it just takes you time to realize, no, you'll catch on. We're here to help you.
And again, very little risk, what we're talking about here. Um, can you think of an example that you were inspired or the program made a mark in you? Let's say you wanted to move your life forward in a certain direction. Maybe you had a takeaway from the program that was very impactful. Anything stand out for you?
Well, yeah. It's funny when I read these books, sometimes they put a whole completely different spin and look on how you see things. Okay.
Hmm.
Saying that was was the one I think was incredible, had to do with fear. Okay. A lot of people don't realize fear and faith. Okay. Fear is the opposite of faith, which is, I always say it's its cousin, because if you don't have faith, you have fear. In order to get rid of fear, you have to have some kind of faith in something.
Sure.
Okay. So I guess it's your belief. Okay. Believing that you can, not having the fear. Okay. I've heard people mention about fear gives you the same aspects as being excited. A lot of people get so excited, they got that fearful, I
Yes.
feel fear, but I'm excited at the same time. So it's just changing the word fear to fearless. you
Hmm.
know, because the fact is, if you don't have some kind of fear, there's something wrong. Okay. And that little bit of fear or whatever actually help keep you on track. Okay. Most people
Yeah.
don't realize that there's a reason for it, but you shouldn't be afraid of the fear, if you will.
It fear can be your fuel. For example, let's say you've got something coming up, or even an athlete, they're about to compete. It's not a fear, maybe a little anxiety, maybe fear of failure, but that like, I got to get this right, I got to do this right. That's fueling you to move you forward. It derails when it's too much fear or too much anxiety, then that paralyzes you. So it's almost like a delicate blend. But I'm sure all of this is in one of the programs, identifying,
Yes.
fear and walking through that journey.
Yeah, the book, we have multiple. When you talk about fear, great example. Okay, when I was lifting competitively in powerlifting, you'd have your squats, bench, and deadlift, three different lifts, but you get a chance to have three lifts in each area. So your first lift was very important, because if you don't get your first lift, then it wasn't a good lift. You still have two more lifts, but the thing is, you have a decision to make. Do I go up in weight or I stick with the same weight? Why did I miss that lift? So usually my first lift on everything is usually kind of irritating, because you want to get that first lift because it's
Hmm.
important. Um, so I understand it. I'm just using that as an example because I want people to recognize, you can have fear and it can be natural, but after that first lift and you get through it, that second lift and that third lift, the next set of competitional lifts were easy because you took that burden off yourself. Am I going to bomb out? Am I going to have issues? So
I want to go deeper into that for a second because I find it intriguing. So let's say you're in a competition with those lifts, and you're saying in a competition you have three attempts.
yeah, three squats, then three bench press competitions, and three deadlift competitions, and you usually go up in rank. What I usually do is I open up with a weight that I know I can at least do three squats with, so I can get my opener. My second one is usually within a couple pounds under my max, so that way I'll know I'll hit it. And then my third one, I'll go above my max weight, all according to my body feels. So that way I'm sure to be able to either at least hit my max and or go above it. And again, a lot of it will do with what the competition's doing, what they're doing, and that third one gives you an option. But that's my rule.
Would there be a concern that, okay, so I did my first lift, maybe the second, and I've already beat on my muscles. I've already, a
Fatigue.
little fatigue. There's a little bit of fatigue there. Uh, and now I'm on to the third one. So how do you mentally pour it on? Like, all right, uh,
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. Your third attempt, when you know that you just did your best, you know you have more in you because you're telling yourself, "Well, I know I got more. I got that little bit more." And the whole thing with powerlifting for me was the setup underneath the bar, the amount of air coming in through your nose, and you're keeping solid, keeping tight, controlling the range of motion, and just focusing on the technique. Because perfect technique, when you got the technique, the form's just going to go right through. So there's different increments you work through. So it's just concentrating and visualizing as you're approaching the bar, the descent, everything you're already done. So your third one is you're basically completely so focused in. The fact is, I got to be solid. I got to get this one. And as soon as you start going, you go. And I try to train myself. As soon as things started getting tough, I start saying yes, 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 because I know I'm closer. Because I don't want to be thinking, oh crap, no, because you're done. Okay, you got to keep that positive thought. So when you're getting stuck, train yourself to say, okay, this is what it's supposed to be like. Yes, 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 yes. Keep striving through. I mean, that's the best advice I can tell anybody is don't tell yourself no, because that one little inkling is going to be that. That's,
mm,
people don't
I
seem to.
I get it. Like in a different, we're using this as an example, but I think it illustrates the life example of anything that you try to accomplish. And I could be at the gym, and you're a billion percent right, Franklin. As soon as a little no enters your mind, whatever it is, it's I don't know if I could do this, or maybe I'll get injured. I don't know. Even though you've done it a ton of times before, but you have that thought like, well, maybe I shouldn't push it too much. My shoulder's been a little, whatever it might be. As soon as you get that little voice, it's a shutdown. It's like the car just turns the other way. It's amazing how that works. But if you can focus and you said that word in a different direction, and I've done it before where it's like, I just want to do this, I can do this, and I'll just focus on a nail at the wall or something on the floor, doesn't matter what it is. And it's almost as if it's an out of body experience. I'm not here, I'm focused on that. It changes things. It changes
Dramatically.
things. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that it's that way for life. Yeah.
Well, it is, and see, that's why I just mentioned a lot of people times people react on the subconscious mind not knowingly instead of taking control of it and consciously making the decision, recognizing and saying no. Um, we just kind of go with it because we weren't taught or we haven't, again, common knowledge, not common practice. There's so much that we know, but we just don't, for whatever reason, haven't practiced it. And we're around the people because we didn't give ourselves vision. We weren't actually living each day to merely exist and having a life, not really trying to build and develop something, the type of life we want to have. See, people need to realize, no, our life is important and it should be important. You spend the rest of your life there with yourself. So we should be able to build something that's going to give us revenue, peace of mind, joy. There's so much assurance, mainly when things go south. You want to be able to make sure that you're able to take care of yourself. A lot of people don't think of these things, but we should. And right now, it shouldn't be difficult. I'm hoping that people will see the vision with the Unemployed Genius and Great Life. There's really an opportunity to better ourselves, not just mentally, but financially and any otherwise. If we just pull together and say, okay, I'll follow it. Isn't that the program won't work? It's just that you won't work it. It will do what it tells you it will do.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, are you willing? Just like anything else. Are you willing? And again, I'm not trying to get anybody to join nothing, but I am inviting them to be a part of something, because you're joining because you know why you're joining, because you're going to make an improved version of who you are. You want to make an extra income that can multiply. You want to be able to help other people. You want to be able to give back to your community and humanity. Okay, you have something that you can work with that has integrity, has you in mind. It's not about me. Okay, it's a whole different atmosphere, and that's why I think we are lacking in America, is people working together. But this is what it's all about.
If this was just a program to enrich your life, and again, at the price point, you could hire a life coach, a couple of $100 a session. And let's say, you connect once a week, once every other week, whatever it is. This is a fraction of that. So that's one part of it. But then the potential to have that revenue stream by sharing this with others to enrich their lives is amazing. And yes, there's other, whatever you want to call them, other programs where you can be part of. You could be, back in the day, it was, I don't want to name the brand, but, plastic storage items for your kitchen, or you could be selling makeup, and that's fine. This is just, the amount of content is amazing for that price. And then others can do it. And then for you sharing, the tip, if you will, you're benefiting from it. It's a win-win-win. It really is.
In multiple areas of our lives, like I said, a person were to join this that already is doing something. The material can help them enhance their own business. It can enhance their customers. It's something they can actually give out to their customers
Mm-hmm.
for being a part of whatever. There's so much you can do with this service for such a little investment. I hate to use the word investment. In fact, I'm not supposed to say invest, because you're not investing. But for just $20,
You're investing in you.
yeah,
That's it.
it's well. The thing is the material can help many people in many different ways. Again,
Sure.
I mentioned about the books. Email me, okay, at support at TheUnemployedGenius.com. Say, hey, Franklin, I'd like to check out an ebook. I'll send you an ebook for free, just for emailing me. But go to TheUnemployedGenius.com. Visit my site. I'm building a brand new site, actually a community site, which when people are joining the Unemployed Genius Crusade, I'm going to be able to have another place I call it a hub for them to go to get our training information and this and that.
Sure.
But I'm going to make a promotional page for them, and I'm going to have everybody's on that one particular site if I'm able to actually develop and do that. So that way, when people go to that site, they can see all the different people that are with their testimonies and what they're doing. It's just a community thing. I want people to recognize we're a community. We're people
Yeah.
really wanting to be open with people, show them, hey, we believe in each other, and we should be able to live our own life's desires.
TheUnemployedGenius.com. Start there. It's got a lot of information about everything we're talking about. And Franklin, great having you on here. I love your journey. I think we learn from others and their stories, and appreciate it. And we'll catch up next time.
Thank you very much. Have yourself an extremely awesome day.
You too. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.